back in, I believe it's 2017, right?
Yeah, it was my freshman year of college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 2017, me and my girlfriend at the time, we were 70s porn stars as Halloween costume. It was like a Halloween game. And then going in, woke up the next day, blacked out, went to a party, and the dildo was still on the table. So I was like, you know what? This is going on the field. This is Tom Brady's dildo. So at the time, I had a Sharpie, wrote Brady's dildo on it. And so went to the pregame, or the tailgate, everything's blacked out. And somehow, when it was time to go into the game, I still had the dildo in my hand. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, this is going into the game. So walk in, I sneak it in like I got a foot-long cock for the day. It's down to my knee.
So you stuffed it into your pants?
Yes, like I had a foot-long schlong. Uh-huh. And like, because if they would have touched it, it would like felt like it was real. I'm like, hey, what are you touching my junk? So got it in, and I was sitting with my brother at the time, and that's where the Dildo Brothers come from, because he's the one that recorded it. So we go in. I'm 16 rows up in the end zone area, I believe. I don't even know. Not the scoreboard side. So then we're getting smoked. I think it was like 33-10 or something, like something crazy. And they're on the goal line, and they're like, you know what? This is my brother's like, this is time to throw it. This is the time to throw it. So right as he snapped the ball, I chucked it as hard as I could, and went right on the field where the side they threw it. I believe it was to Julian Edelman, or I don't know who it was, but he caught the ball and it went on the screen on national television, and then the rest is history. Then Lob and Knob came about.
Yeah. I will never forget it, because I was watching that football game in my dorm. I don't remember. I mean, I remember the party that you were dressed up. Like, I remember the costume. I remember the dildo. I remember the whole thing. And then I'm sitting in my dorm that day, and we must have been out drinking the night before, because I was just laying in my own bed watching the Bills game. Down bad. You know what I mean? And a couple of my roommates were in the common room of our dorm watching it with some other people. And so you could see it on the camera. I don't know if you remember this, or if you were watching.
I remember it.
And I literally jump up out of my bed, and I sprint out of my dorm. I'm like, did you guys just fucking see that? Like, somebody just chucked a dildo on the field. But we were in our dorms. You can't rewind a TV in a dorm room, right? It's just like basic cable. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm like, go on Twitter right now. Like, start checking Twitter. I guarantee you, like, that was a dildo on the field. I saw it with my own damn eyes. So I'm checking Twitter. I'm like on my phone trying to prove to my roommates that I just watched a dildo get thrown on the field. And as I'm doing this, all of a sudden I start seeing like texts come in, and it's like, yo, it was Hub that threw the dildo, and everybody's going crazy. It was probably one of, I would say, in that kind of pre-Josh Allen, one of my most memorable Bills moments that I'll ever have, because that was, I mean, we were not, the Bills were shit for however long, and obviously there's a huge hatred for Tom Brady in the city of Buffalo. And all of a sudden, you see this dildo get chucked on the field, and you see the ref try to like kind of he thinks about picking it up, and then he kind of gives it a kick off the field. And oh my God, that's all time. That'll never be topped.
And you just, when we were outside, told me where the original dildo is, because you brought one, and you're like, this is not the original, whatever.
I got it right here, actually.
Oh,
here's the replica. The Lob Knob, but it's Brady's dildo. I got a replica from Spencer's. It's a little dog toy. Got a little squeak to it. Same exact dildo that was tossed. But yeah. So the real one, I was told, I ran into like a fan. They came up to me and said, "Are you the dildo thrower?" I'm like, yeah, I'm the dildo thrower. And so she's like, "You'll never believe where the real dildo is." And I'm like, where could it be? Because I did see a picture in like a trophy case. Like it had like a little plaque on it saying like the date on it and stuff. And I think they wrote the date on it as well. But it's in a CBS Sports like videographer traveling crew. So they take it everywhere with them, every crew. And they said they have it in a case, and it's their fond memory and prized possession. It's like,
because I mean, that's it. Will you take it off the table just in case?
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
if we can
sorry
have it on
about that.
YouTube. If we get pulled, I'll just re-upload it with the unblocked or whatever.
Yeah.
But because as mad as anybody had to like pretend to be in that moment, everybody in the league, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't get any better than that. That's like, so here's the biggest question I wanted to ask you. Is it true that you are banned now?
yeah, I'm banned from every NFL stadium for life.
How do you find out that you're banned? Oh, and how did? Well, I guess they probably found it was probably not that hard to find out that it was you who threw it. But how do you find out that that's it? You're done. You're banned.
So I like in the moment I didn't get caught doing it. Like
Right.
Everyone around us was like, oh my gosh, like only like a few people around us knew it was me and my brother. And then we made the Lob Company, and we sold outside at the corner of Southwestern and Abbott, and we sold there for about 4 to 5 weeks. And they came up and they sent a letter to us signed by the fans manager from the NFL as saying that you're banned from every NFL stadium for the rest of your life unless you want to go. I think you could go for like pay $700 and take a class or something. I'm like, I'm good on that.
Take a fan, take a
like
class
one of those
on
like,
how to not
driving
throw
classes or
dildos
whatever.
onto the field.
Yeah, like so. But I had seasons 2 years ago through another name. So
There's always a way.
there's always a way.
workaround.
There just has to be no more dildos on the field, or that's when I'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
Or-
which seems
or getting
seems
paid.
fair because again, I mean, they can act mad, but everybody knows that it was funny, especially, and it's just especially it being Buffalo, like at Tom Brady, and like it's being Brady's dildo. It's all time, like I said. So now that it's done, I mean, you never really need to do it again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's crushed.
there were copycats though, right? People.
Oh yeah, there was. Well, I think it went on for like 3 years, and then this year was the first year that they played the Patriots, and there wasn't a dildo. So it was 6 games in a row that they had a dildo
and
on the field.
there was no fans at the game when they played the Patriots, probably, right? Because
Yeah,
they weren't fans to playoffs, so
yeah.
that's why there was no Bills personnel.
The pandemic.
chucking dildos.
Jeez.
They said someone that worked for the security for the Bills said they had a protocol for if there was a dildo tossed on the field. Everyone was carried like a little blanket that you would toss over it and then pick it up. And hide
Dildo
it.
blankets. They had dildo blankets
Protocol
because
for-
of you.
Yeah,
You caused the
loud,
dildo
loud.
blankets. That's so. I mean, obviously the event, like it happening and you doing that, is so amazing. But all the aftermath stuff—that's what's really fascinating. to me.
Lines in the Super Bowl saying the odds of a dildo tossed on the field. Like, those are real lines.
Yeah, which would have never happened before that happened. Which is, I mean, that's kind of fan history stuff right there, right? You have to assume.
NFL, it's sports
Yeah.
history.
Sports.